Hey guys, so I'm doing a video on my scary catfish story time. Happened on Tinder. This happened yesterday, so I was like, it fresh in my mind, let me just do it now. So, I won't say this person's name, even if he's obviously a catfish, but I won't say his names. I don't like to put names on here, just, I don't like to put people on blast or anything, but, so, I'll just call him, I don't know, what should I call him? He doesn't even need a name. So I was, we matched on with this guy. I matched with this guy on Tinder. He said he was looking for a relationship. I was like, okay, yeah. I said, I'm looking for really, on Tinder, I'm looking for anything. I'm looking for friendship, looking for dates, relationship, whatever happens, happens. You know, that kind of thing. Like, we'll just see where it goes. If you want a relationship, I'm down. If you want to be friends, I'm down. If you want to take me on a date, I'm down for that too. If you want to hang out, I'm down for whatever, you know, like whatever. I don't want to just hook up. My thing with hookups is I don't mind like doing stuff, like, but I have to have a connect. Like, I need to like you. If we hang out and like we like each other, I think you're hot, and yeah, we can like do stuff or whatever and see where it goes. Like, I don't mind that. But I don't want you to just say, hey, let's just hook up. You know, it needs to be kind of like go with the flow kind of thing. Like, if we're friends and we're chill and we want to do stuff, like, I'm down. But it needs to kind of like happen naturally, other than like, you come here, let's just do what we need to do and go. Like, ugh, like, no. I don't want it to be like hoed out. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, off topic. So anyway, so he wanted a relationship. That's what he said. The usual stuff. And I was like, oh, whatever, let's do it. So he asked me to be his boyfriend, all this shit. And honestly, I go with the flow at this point because I'm just curious. At this point, Tinder for me is just like a phone app. Like, I'm just like, let's just see how this plays out. I am so jaded at this point, and I don't trust anybody at this point. And I'm gonna do a whole video, eventually, on like my whole thoughts on Tinder and my experience as a whole on Tinder. But that's gonna be another video. This is just on this one experience. So yeah, so everything was fine. You know, the usual stuff. Of course, there were red flags. He wanted to be my boyfriend immediately, whatever. So, as a big flag, yeah, so he tells me that I won't say which base, but he says that he says he's in the army. He says he's a soldier. I'm not gonna say which base he said he stayed at, but he said that he was in the military, staying at a base out of state, so not in Texas. And he said that he couldn't FaceTime or call because that's the rules of the base, which makes kind of sense. That's a good excuse. But think about it, if you're a catfish, wouldn't that be the perfect thing to say? To buy yourself a few weeks. He said he won't be back in Texas for a few weeks. Another thing that got me kind of odd is he would never say Texas. He would always say state. I'm not going to be in state. I'm not going to be in the state. He kept saying state, 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 state. And instead of saying United States, he would say state. Makes you think that you're some catfish overseas. You know, because your English is not the best. That's another sign. So anyway, there were some signs here. I knew I was getting catfished. I let it play out. This only lasted like 9 hours, by the way. It wasn't like a week or anything. This was like a 9-hour thing. We were just messaging on Tinder, and then we did WhatsApp. Texting on WhatsApp. So, yeah. Just like a cautionary tale. So, I was like, let's just see where this goes. I knew this is a catfish. Obviously, it was a catfish. And he was also super hot. He sent me all these pictures of him. It was obviously not him. He was just super hot. Right, so he wouldn't call me on the phone. He wouldn't FaceTime. I like to, okay, especially when it's a guy that we're dating or whatever, you need to call me on the phone, at least, if not FaceTime me immediately, so I know you're not a catfish. So finally, like, 6-7 hours in, okay, before that happens, he wants me to delete my Tinder, because we're exclusive. So I lie and say, yeah, I deleted my Tinder, sure. He hadn't deleted his. So if someone deletes their Tinder, the match goes away. But his hasn't gone away until later on. So I know he lied. And he kept pressuring me to do it. Of course, I said, yeah, whatever. I'm not deleting my fucking Tinder for anybody, girl, okay? I won't delete my Tinder until, like, I don't know. We're, like, booed up. And when I mean booed up, I mean, like, we're, like, really, really, really serious. Then I'll, you know, because I have trust issues, like, some guy telling me after knowing me for 3 hours, do me a favor and, like, delete your Tinder. It's like, bitch, please. Swerve. Anyway. Another sign was he told me to delete my grinder, and I was like, I don't have a grinder. Well, we're gonna talk about that in another video. Anymore. And he's like, oh no, I meant Tinder. It's like, so what? You have like a million apps that you're catfishing people on? Like, you can't know the difference? Like, girl, bye. So anyway, okay. So then I pretty much confronted him. I'm like, I think you're a catfish, like, whatever. And he's like, no, I would never do that to you. And I was like, literally an hour later, not even an hour later, maybe like 20 minutes later, he says, oh, he promises me when he leaves his army base, he'll videotape me. He'll video chat me. Right. He wants to buy a couple of weeks. Then he tells me he's he asked me, have I eaten? I was like, no. I said, yeah, have you? He said, no, I'm broke, I can't afford anything. If you're in the army, they give you free food, right? Like, why would you be broke and in the army? Like, they pay you, right? Like, that's bullshit. You're staying in a military base and you can't even you're broke? Nah. Then his story changed. He said that he had his own place. Then he says he has to get a new place in Houston. I asked him where in Houston he lived. He deflected the question a couple of times. Then he said Sugarland area. So there were already signs from the get-go. That's why I was like, okay, let me just see where this goes, just for shits and gigs. What was the 1,000% he was a catfish? Like, I mean, he already was in my mind, but when was definite is when he's like, hey, can I ask you a favor? Okay, so right before that. So he says he's broke, right? I'm like, oh, okay, tell me your story. Like, what happened? Asked for a quick video. You wouldn't even give me a quick video. Like, really? You can't even go to the bathroom and give me, like, a 30-second video of yourself? Girl, bye. Okay. Then he was like, oh, by the way, I should tell you, I'm an orphan. Right. Then he tells me, hey, can I ask you a favor? I was like, what? Sure. What is it? He said, can you lend me $100 and I'll pay you back this Saturday? So just for shits and giggles, I say, just to see what his response would be. Because that's when I knew, like, he's probably a catfish. He's 1,000,000% chances of a catfish, right? Who wants to scam me for money? I was just like, wish I could, but I can't. See what his reaction was. Would he at least pretend to be like, oh, no problem, sorry for bringing it up? Or would he be an asshole about it? His response was, why? Just until Saturday. Exactly. So, I sent him a few selfies. Just for the hell of it. Which, I don't mind that. Not nudes. I don't do nudes. Oh, hell no. But I sent a couple of like pics of me smiling or whatever. I deleted those from the app. But that I don't really care about because think about it. Like, you can put selfies on the internet. Anyone can take your selfies from, That's what catfishes do. They take pictures from other people and they use it to pretend to be other people. So anyway, but I deleted those from like the WhatsApp that I sent him. And he kept insisting to have pictures of me too, which is like a weird sign. But I just gave him a few selfies or whatever. Deleted those, and I blocked him on everything. He already, I think, unmatched me on Tinder earlier, so I was like, whatever. Because remember he deleted Tinder, but he probably just unmatched me, obviously. And what else? There's one other thing I wanted to say that happened. Oh yeah, another huge red flag was really early on, like beginning of our conversation, he wanted to know my full name. You just met me. Why do you want to know my full name? So you can like take my identity or some shit, or like scam. Like, There were tons of red flags. So anyway, I won't say his name, but well, his fake name. I could, but I'm not even gonna bother. But yeah. Now, whoever the pictures he used, he was hot though. I'll say that. So it just sucks though that his pictures are being used to be catfish. Like catfish people. I think it's fucked up, but anyway, just remember, if it's too good to be true, it's not true. And if somebody wants to know your full name right off the bat, can't FaceTime, can't call you on the phone, they're a catfish. Or at least send you a picture like in real time. All the pictures he sent me were like he said from months ago, and there were all these selfies in the bathroom. Like, come on, boy. You can prove to me you're real. You can say my name on a piece of paper and hold it and take a picture. Never prove. He wouldn't even prove anything to me. Yeah, you're a catfish. And then, of course, the dead giveaway was, of course, asking me for money. After knowing me for 9 hours, boy, bye. You're broke. Then you're an orphan. Oh, okay, sure you are. Yeah. Orphan at 27? What does you have to being an orphan have to do with anything? Like, please. Anyway. Oh, and I asked him, so what cars do you have? He's like, oh, I'm going to go to my... Oh, I'm not going to say where he grew up. But, like, he's like, oh, and another state, he said... I'm gonna go to this other state that he said and get my cars there. I'm like, yeah. Anyway, so that's my catfish. I got catfished by a scammer on Tinder story time. Oh my god. One of the reasons I'm even on Tinder at this point is just for the content for the channel. Because do I think I want to find my husband on Tinder? Hell no. I found a few decent people on Tinder. Decent. I haven't found anybody of any substance on Tinder, in my opinion. And I've been there for 10 months. But I'm going to talk about my Tinder experience in another video. But I haven't really met anybody of substance on Tinder. It's all been narcissists, psychopaths, both. Liars, cheaters, just horrible people. There have been a few decent people. And then a few people who were just, ugh. But yeah. So. But at this point, I'm going to keep the app just so I can... have some content for the channel so we can do some story times, you know, because they're more fun, right? These story times are fun. It was just, you know, just 9 hours. It wasn't a waste of time, nothing else to do, so I was like, whatever. So anyway, but I mean, when he asked me money, I was like, bye. $100 after meeting you for 9 hours. Yeah, like I'm gonna be a fool. Yeah, I'm gonna really send you money with someone I haven't even fucking talked to on the phone or he wouldn't give me a phone call. Probably like a Nigerian scammer. Anyway, whatever. Anyway, thanks for watching my video. My story time. And yeah, I will see you in my next video. And until next time, stay fierce and fabulous. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Mwah! Bye, guys.